What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining us here at the Toronto Blue Jays Roundup. Before we get into it, we ask you to please smash that subscribe button, hit that like, and let us know in the comments below what you think about what you were about to hear, because we want to know what you got to say. Today, we're talking about the Blue Jays heavy hitting against the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays up next. I'm Adam. That's Junior. Junior, are you ready?
Let's go!
Let's go!
Hey, bada, swing, bada. Hey, bada, swing, bada. Kennedy, swing, bada.
Okay, Junior. Jays put up 44 runs in 24 hours. How do you feel about that?
The gods will it. The gods will it. The gods will it.
Unbelievable, eh?
It had to happen. It had to happen, and it came at the expense of the right person. I don't know what that guy was up to, what he was thinking, but he just, it was Pearl Harbor all over again. Like he awoke a sleeping giant, But I mean, that was insane. That last game, that 22-7 game, literally bled into like almost 90% of the 1 o'clock NFL games. It was just like it was so excruciatingly long. And I mean, after they hit that 20 mark, you're like, okay, can we just wrap this up? I mean, it's like you're beating a dead horse after you already beat a dead horse the day before, twice, in fact. So perfect weekend set. I mean, we even said it Friday. We willed it, and it's here. We are in the number one wildcard spot. So, I mean, everything that we needed to do, stars aligned. It was a beautiful weekend for us.
Absolutely. Gurriel also set a Jays franchise record for grand slams in the season with 4. And the major league record was set by the Blue Jays for the most runs scored over a 4-inning span, which was between the 7th of the doubleheader on Saturday, and then going into the end of the 2nd inning, which was 27 runs. So most runs. They also beat their own franchise record, which is most runs in a single series in franchise history.
Mm-hmm.
So bats were out. It was heavy. Let's take a look at those wild card standings.
Wow. It's been so long since we've seen this.
It's nice to be on top.
This has to just be a pure reaction video of us doing like the Kevin from Home Alone. I mean, to think that a short 2 weeks ago we were at the bottom of this list, and we're now at the top at 80-63, 9-1 in our last 10, 3 in a row.
Yes. And
thank you to Francisco Lindor for putting the beat down on the Yankees last night. They were talking smack after Stanton tied the game up and was rounding second base and decided to get in Lindor's face, and he immediately answered that with an absolute rocket to right field.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy to see this. How does this make you feel?
So it's great. I mean, there's still a lot of baseball to be played. So, just keeping the positive vibes going. Boston's right there. Yankees are right there. And, Seattle and the A's, they're not going away either. And we're going into a tough series with Tampa Bay, which we're going to talk about in a moment here.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so a little banter going on. Sorry, I was going to say a little banter going on.
A little bit.
Orioles here.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't come out exactly what Hodges had said, but I think after that game, he realized that he screwed up. And I'm very critical of Charlie when he screws up, and don't really talk about the mistakes other managers make. But this guy straight up lost his mind on Friday and was then severely beaten for the next 3 games. And the only thing you heard out of his mouth Saturday and Sunday was, "Give me the lefty, give me the righty, give me the lefty, give me the righty, give me the righty, give me the righty." Just calling the bullpen steady. So I think he probably realizes Monday morning waking up that he absolutely screwed the pooch doing what he did to Robbie Ray. Because, they won 6-3. But, dude, you're eliminated from playoff contention. You're like the second worst team in the league.
Yeah.
You got nothing to play for. And you're going to get in the ear of a Cy Young contender? to feel big about yourself, because I don't know, there might be a lot of compete left in that team. And listen, they've got some pretty decent young pitchers. I mean, Ellis, we saw, he looked pretty darn good.
Yeah.
You know, the Saturday game, Aiken, I mean, that was just a weird. I mean, the guy no hit them for 7 innings and then gave up 11 runs, but still, they've got some nice pieces, the young pieces. They just don't have the offensive talent to kind of hang around with people, but they're building, and that's great, you know. But there's two things that can happen when you're a manager and you manage like that, with that verbal assault on another pitcher. Is either your team gets on your back and they're ready to roll and they're going to follow you into battle, or they're going to look at you going, dude, what are you doing?
You don't want to get this offense started. What they've done over the last week and a half.
Like, this is fresh off of a sweep of the A's and the Yankees. They're the hottest team in baseball, and you poke the bear. Yeah, you got the one win. And we
beat them the series before the A's as well, right?
Exactly.
I think we took 2 out of 3 off them in that series.
So he poked the bear, and lesson learned. But just be nice to people.
Yeah.
We all love this game, and you know the game has changed. You know, before you couldn't pimp a home run, but now you can pimp a home run. Yeah. But one thing you don't do is you don't yell at the opposing pitcher.
Yeah, that's not right.
And my issue was, where was Charlie during this? What was Charlie doing? Playing some Bossa Nova in the dugout? Like, if that was me, I would have got up and I would have said, "Hey, what's your problem? Why are you chirping my pitcher? Just shut up and get back on your chair and take these 8 runs down your throat."
But, and Ray called him out too. He said, "Why don't you come out to the mound then?"
Yeah,
right?
He's like, come
on out. Put your money where your mouth is." So good for Ray on doing that, and standing up for himself.
But he shouldn't have had to. That Charlie should have been right out there saying, can you tell this guy to shut his mouth? But it didn't happen. Yeah. It didn't need to happen because we shut his mouth after that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's take a look at that incredible hitting with some of the prolific at the right time. So why don't you break this down for us? These are some big numbers here.
Yeah, so this is the last 10 games, 10-game span, 90 runs for, 41 against, 33 home runs, 88 RBIs, 50 walks, and 3 grand slams in a 10-game stretch. I like to see the walks the way they are. So those are some high numbers in terms of walks. That's 5+ walks a game, which is showing you that they're being very, very patient in the last 10-game stretch. They need to continue to do that, especially in the next series. And then when you get those walks, you look at what they're doing with the RBIs and the home runs. They're hitting home runs with guys on base. 3 grand slams. I mean, those are great numbers. Yeah. You couldn't ask anything out of your team other than what you like. Any manager in baseball would look at this in a 10-game stretch and go, "We're 10-0." They're 9-1, but they'd expect that they were 10-0 at the end of this 10-game stretch. So just absolutely monster numbers at the right time of the season.
Yeah, unbelievable. The bats are alive. Everybody's the synergies are there. Let's keep rocking as we head into Tampa Bay, looking at this matchup. So 5-8 against Tampa Bay, 53-4, 89 against. I mean, this is where the challenge is, right?
Yeah, this is the Vader to our Luke. They're the craw in our chops. You know, this is a team that just don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the uniform or
it really doesn't matter who's on the Rays. Just historically, we do not play well against this team.
It's this franchise. It might be that stadium. I don't know. There's ghosts in there or something. But you know, the good thing is the Rays are coming in kind of middle of the pack, 5-5. They're on a 1-game losing streak. But these are the division leaders. We're 9 games back of them. Obviously, it's tough to think that with 6 games against them, we could, put some damage in that number. But, it's pretty much a telltale sign that they're going to go through. So we're either going to exercise some demons in the playoffs this year, or it's just going to be another year where we play Tampa in the playoffs, and we'll see. But, it starts here. We're always hopeful.
On that high, and let's keep it rocking. So we got 3 games against them. Let's look at those starting pitchers here. So you got Manoah versus Yarbrough.
Yeah, so Yarbrough is he's a probable right now, just with the looks of the rotation. The one thing with the Rays is they do like to throw those openers out there where they'll come in, do 2 innings, and just get everyone off balance, and then bring the starter in afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But Yarbrough is 4-1 with a 4.76 against the Jays. 16 hits, 6 runs, 19 strikeouts, and 2 no decisions against the Jays this year. He is also 2-0 with a win at home and a win on the road. Manoah is 3-0 at home with a 2.97 ERA. He's 1-1 against the Rays with 6 hits, 3 runs, and 20 strikeouts. So, Manoah's been pitching well as of late, and so was Yarbrough.
Okay. And then game 2, which goes Tuesday night, Barros versus Remison.
Yeah, so Barrios is 6-4 at home with a 3.30 ERA. Has not pitched against the Tampa Rays this year. And then when you look over at Rasmussen, he is 2-1 with a 2.73 on the road. He has only faced 7 batters against the Jays, gave up a hit and 2 strikeouts. His 2 wins did come against Baltimore and Boston, but Tampa put up 12 runs in that game, and he pitched 6 innings and gave up a run. So, I mean, again, another little bit of a battle test here for the Jays. They have not seen Rasmussen a lot, so they don't have a whole lot of data on him as much as they do on Yarbrough. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have to get some time in and really look at the tape on this kid.
Okay, and then wrapping up this series, Ray versus Wacha.
Yeah, so Waka is 1-3 on the road with a 6.28 ERA. He's only faced 8 batters, so he was an opener for them. He gave up a hit with a strikeout. The only 2 others, the win he has on the road was against the Yankees. I think the Rays put up about 8 runs on him. And then on the other side, obviously, Ray, he's 7-3 at home with a 2.35 ERA. He is 1-1 against the Rays with 1 no decision. He's given up 17 hits, 6 runs, and he's 33 strikeouts. So strikeout numbers should be good here for Ray. And then Waka, don't know if he's going to be an opener since he's only pitched 2 innings against the Jays, or if he will actually be more of a traditional starter role in that game.
All right. Let's take a look at the Cy Watch. So the Cy Young, still lots of 1s, a couple of 2s.
Still. The one thing that I would probably pull the most attention towards would be that WAR. So he's got a 6.2 WAR. He's 3rd in baseball right now. And this is both position and pitcher. So the number 1 WAR in the major leagues right now is Zach Wheeler, who's at a 6.7. Next up is Marcus Semien, who's in second at a 6.7. Ray is right there at a 6.2, followed by Tatis, Miley, and Vlad. So to show you the importance, so WAR wins above replacement. This guy is the 3rd highest WAR in the league.
Yeah.
Look at the ERA. Look at the strikeouts. The whip got a little bit higher because he was getting squeezed a little bit in Baltimore. Yeah. But his KBB rate is still good. His strikeouts per 9 is still good. His FIP is 5th in the league, which is, pretty decent for, in terms of fielding percentages. So, I mean, again, this guy's right there when it comes down to him knocking on Cy's door for that trophy.
There we go. Well, we'd love to have that trophy. And another man who's in the conversation, we got the MVP watch with Who's Your Vladdy?
Man, look at that.
I mean, he's still good. There's no letting up with him.
No. And I mean,
I think Grandma's cooking's back.
Yeah, it might be. Maybe she's cooking keto now. But I mean, when you look at the fact that everyone was like, "Oh, Shohei's running away with a home run lead," well, your guy's right there. Abreu still leading the yards, but again, he tied for 3rd, just behind Perez and Abreu. Still number 1 in hits, still number 1 in runs. Just absolutely massive year for him behind the plate.
Yeah, and then we're going to look at the Triple Crown watch, which if Vlad could do it, he'd be the first since 2012. Cabrera, 319, still in first with 319 average, 44 first, and 102 RBIs 3rd.
It's doable. I mean, he's got about, I think, 7 percentage points on the next highest AL batter. So he's got a lot of games to play with, and he's been hitting really well. Home runs, again, he's on just a lights out stretch right now, and I'm sure he's going to be able to add to that. And then the RBIs, the only thing for him is everyone in front of him is hitting home runs. So there's no mistakes when he's getting up there. If that was a different story, he'd be leading in RBIs for sure. But, again, a couple good stretches where he can get a couple RBIs a game, then he's going to be right there again. So it definitely doable.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of good baseball still to be played in September. Jays need to continue to push the envelope here. I want to thank everybody for watching with us today. Please smash that subscribe button. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and hit that subscribe button and like button. Any final thoughts, Junior, going into Tampa?
19 games left. 19 games left. Let's just keep riding. Let's keep pushing. You know, we've got that goal where we're in that wild card. Now it's just about putting some space between us and everybody else. And it starts tonight against Tampa. You know, if we can take 2 or 3 out of this series,
yes,
then we've got Minnesota, Tampa, Minnesota, and we finish off with the Orioles. So, I mean, we have the power of our destinies kind of in our hands right now. We play Minnesota well. If we can just split this series with Tampa Bay, keep it respectable.
Yeah.
Obviously, if we can sweep the one at home, that's great. And then maybe take two or three on the road. Beautiful. But if we can just split these games, so we've got 6 games left against Tampa. If we can go 3-3, we're set up real nice for that wild card game.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. Again, hit that subscribe, like, comment below. Let us know what you think. I'm Adam.
I'm Junior. And we're going to see
you real soon.